think in much of what we're talking here about digitalization of facilities is the early adopters have already been there, and now there's a lot of learning that can be picked up if you wanted to move forward into either the digitization of documents and data, or if you wanted to move into some more sophisticated uses of digitization. Then I think the early adopters have been there. The trick now is, I think, to move into something which is perhaps better integrated and more holistic, and also enables you to add in new technologies into a sound foundation of digitized information as one moves forward. I think one of the challenges in terms of making that first step is that in many cases organizations are still working in silos, so it may not be as readily apparent of what the value is for one particular team, whereas the value may become much more apparent if you see it as being digitized information which is available to a wide variety of disciplines. So I think part of the answer is one has to look at it more holistically as an integrated team working to optimize the asset, and then some of the benefits may be much broader than you would see in looking at it from the viewpoint of an individual discipline. My recommendation would be to start with an organizational structure that ensures that you have a responsibility for the digitization process for the whole asset, rather than starting within individual teams. So you really start to have someone responsible for the overall strategy for digitization. Second part of it is you may wish to, especially for a brownfield site, you may wish to start at the small side, the documents and data side, and create a firm foundation. I think one aspect one should start with is ensuring you have an appropriate responsibility for the overall digitization of a facility, and do not leave it to perhaps one team to try and do the overall strategy. So I think you need a responsible person, you need an overall digitization strategy, and then you may then move forward with relatively small chunks of initiatives within that overall strategy. But I think it's important to have the strategy in place, something that will last for some years, and ensure that any initiatives, whether they be relatively small initiatives, still fit within that overall framework.